Starting off here against the Barbarian, who's rated 300 elo. So they start with a normal development, pawns in the centre, come out with the bishop. They come out, they're trying to scholars make me nice and early here with the queen and the bishop, but of course we spot it, kick the queen back. Now I launch a counter-attack of my own with a reverse scholars mate, doesn't see it coming, and checkmate. Very nice game against the Barbarian there, so on to the next one. Game 2 here against the Giant, rated 500 elo. He's already raising his eyebrows at me, but we're going to ignore him and continue our usual development. Pawns out, supported by the knights. Castle nice and early, get the queen in there. I'm not expecting the best quality of chess here, really just looking and waiting for a mistake to happen. I don't think Giants are supposed to be the most intelligent of creatures, at least not in Clash of Clans anyway. And here we go. So he hangs the rook after I fork him. So we take the rook, shuffle back, and there we go. He's left the queen for the taking. So you know what? Let's find a nice early checkmate as we are plus 18. So let's send the queen in and simplify down and just get that nice early checkmate. So put bishop there. We'll shuffle the other bishop across. All we now need to do is get the rook down. And there's mate. Lovely. Thank you, Giant. Good game. Game 3 here against the Goblin, who's rated 700. So we're a lot closer to my level, so don't want to underestimate too much. So my game plan here is just fight for the centre, normal opening. I'm not expecting as many blunders as a 300 or 500 rated Clash of Clans bots. So I think I'm just going to try and trade off as many pieces as possible, as quick as possible, and hopefully get an easy endgame that I can win. So we're going to offer the trade. There we go. Castle, get the rooks into the game. Can I win anything with that knight? Yeah, there we go. And now it's just a case of, I'm +1, looking to see if I can find anything hanging. Just as I say that, I hang my knight, but he misses it, so we take the rook. There we go. So all we now need to do is simplify this down as quickly as possible, and here's my chance. So I can win the rook, win the bishop, and now it's just a case of, can I make a queen? Can I find checkmate? So let's think about this. It's shuffled down. All we want to do is trap his king without stalemating, ideally. And there he goes. He's run inside. So if I block the top row with my rook and now put the queen in, there's mate. Lovely. Now we're against a 1000 rated Valkyrie. So this could be a much closer game. So I need to be on the lookout. You can see already she's so much more aggressive in the openings. So let's just keep it safe and hope an opening appears. So we take the free pawn, so we're +1. Push up the board, bring the knights and the bishops. But I mean, she's playing well, I would say. In with the queen, very aggressive. Okay, so we need to get out of check. And to be honest, I might just offer the queen swap soon because... Oh, crikey, this is not looking ideal with the bishop and the queen both looking at me. Yes, offer the queens. Hang on. She's just left it hanging. Okay, we've luckily turned that position around very, very quickly. And she leaves the rook hanging. So we've gone from, I would have said losing, to +13 in a matter of moves. Okay, well, all we need to do now is just simplify as much as possible and take the easy win. Wow, she's really letting everything go here. The bishop, the rook. All she has left is a bishop. So all we need to... Okay, okay, I got distracted and carried away. I was going to say, all we need to do is go for the easy early checkmate. Bring the rook in. Yeah, goodbye. Okay, let's try again. Maybe we just make another queen and try and find a simple checkmate that way. Could be the plan. So here we go. Your joke. I've done it again. I've done it again. I mean, the good thing is we can just win the bishop straight back, but I really am making this difficult for myself. Okay, now we can get the rook in. There is no sneaky bishops lurking around ready to snipe me. So here we go. Let's bring the queen, bring the rook, and that's mate. There we go. So we got the win. It wasn't the prettiest. We definitely made it harder than it should have been, but we get the win nonetheless. We're now here against the Hog Rider, who is 1200 rated. So getting right up to my level. So I know the elos aren't quite representative, but the last thing I want to do is go all out attack and make a silly mistake. So let's just take things slow and steady, not trying to make the first move exactly. So I'll just get the pawns out, bring the pieces, so we've got some good attacking options with the bishops, the queen, all looking on that right-hand side with the knights there as well. So let's just avoid the danger, shuffle out the way. I'll happily make that bishop swap. There we go. Get the king to safety, castle, push the pawns up, trying to break that structure in the middle, see if I can find somewhere for my knights to move, dance around hopefully. So here we go. After these trades here, I am slightly worse off. So after all things considered, he is +1. But his king is exposed, and I've got 2 rooks that look like they can do a lot of damage here. So I'm backing myself to win this and convert it to a winnable endgame. So here we go. I can double up the rooks nicely, take the pawn, take the knight. So there we go, we're now +2 straight away. He's threatening check down the bottom, which will hit. However, I can just run to safety here. I can run, I'm covered by the pawns the whole way. And as soon as I get my chance, there we go. Simplify the rooks. Now we're +3, take the pawn for +4. All I now need to do is either make a queen, trade off the rook, and this is a winning endgame. So he's threatening to take the pawn I want to promote, so we'll support the pawn, hit the king in checks, make him run, and now we can simplify, take the rook, and all we need to do is make a queen and convert this into a checkmate. So there we go. Let's get check with the other pawn, and now we just need to make a nice ladder down to the top rank. There we go, checkmate. Thank you, Hog Rider, good game. So we've taken on and beaten 4 of the new Clash of Clans chess bots. So here we are against number 5, who is the Witch, who comes in at a rating of 1,500 elo. So I just want to take things as slow and steady as possible and get into the best London position I know how to do. So again, I'm not an expert, but I'm thinking if I can just try and get into the position as well as possible, develop my pieces, connect the rooks, let her make the moves, maybe she'll slip up and I can then take the advantage. So here she pushes the pawn against my bishop and my pawn. You know, I could take, but I'm not entirely sure I would win that exchange. So I'm thinking if I shuffle out the way and let her make the move. And again here, hitting 2 of my pawns, I'm just going to push up and keep the centre. Now, of course, I have to take, or she'll be threatening promotion. The Witch comes with the knight, so I'm thinking I can hit with my bishop against the rook. Of course, she moves. I then move my other bishop to attack the pinned pieces. But of course, she pressures me and moves a pawn, so we'll take that straight back out the way. Again, I'm really just trying to keep steady and wait for my opening. And here, I offered the bishop swap, which she takes. I don't mind that at all. I'm thinking if I can clear the board, maybe I can win the endgame. Just push the pawn and see if I can tempt her into taking. But no, she pressures my knight, so I'll rotate out the way. And out the way again, hitting her rook and bishop. So I could take the bishop now, but I don't think I'll do that yet. So let's take the pawn and try to open that area up. Push up. Okay, let's defend my pieces. She comes around with the knight. She's attacking the bishop. I don't mind that for now. So instead, let's bring my rook to add threat, but she defends with the pawn. Okay, well played. Take, take. So she is closing in on me. But she is only +2, so I see where she wants to go next. So after I hit both knights, again, she's defending. See, every step of the way, every attack I, throw at her, she's got a piece to defend with right away. So we double up the threat, but she comes in and takes a bishop. And by doing that, she's limiting my king's escape square. So I want to take that out the way as quickly as possible. Now I can hit the queen. She's running. So I'm currently thinking, right, can I just reduce the pieces on the board as quickly as possible? So I offer the queen swap, not realising that both my pieces are there ready to get forked. So I've kind of done a bit of a big blunder there. So I think the best case is protect my rook and she takes a knight and I just have to accept that I'm a piece down. But okay, she comes with the queen first. I mean, look, we've got to take the queen back. She is going to take my knight though, which I don't like the look of, but we're going to have to take the queen. And she doesn't take the knight. She doesn't take the knight. The knight was there for the taking, unless I'm missing something. But okay, I'll get right out of the way. Well, okay, I think I've got away with that. She is still only +2. I think that was lucky on my part. So swap these as quickly as possible. And after that exchange, I've got it back to +1. Okay. So let's get out of check. Hit the pawns. Okay, we're now completely even after I take that pawn. Not bad at all. Come and threaten the other one. There we go. Take. She takes one of mine. No worries. So again, I've just got to be very wary about getting checkmated. Like, my king looks pretty weak on that side of the board there. But as things stand, you know, it's an even game. And after I come in and hit check, that's another free pawn for the taking. So now, can I convert this position? So I'm thinking a king is right in the corner where I want it to be. So maybe if we just keep hitting it with checks, we might find a breakthrough. Okay, so she comes in. No worries, I can pick... Oh, there we go. Okay, so I forked the two pieces. I forked the pawn and the rook. But of course, she's now attacking me with the rook. So that pawn looks like it's free for the taking. However, if I take that pawn, she'll move the rook to h5. And that is very quickly going to be a checkmate. So I want to stop her going to h5. Okay, so if we bring round with check, she has to move. I can then come and threaten the bishop, which again, she has to move. Okay, which frees up a square to escape. So I now think the checkmate threat has disappeared. Not disappeared, but definitely reduced. Hit with check again, which allows the fork. Okay, and I think after I take the rook and she takes back, I might have a chance here. So takes. Now we get a fork against the king and the bishop. And after takes, here we go. So I'm +3. All I need to do is stop her promoting and try and promote myself. So let's hit with a check. She has to move in. Another check, which is a fork. And there we go. So all I need to do is escape to safety. She's on the run. Promote this pawn as quickly as possible. Protect him with my king all the way. Going to shuffle up the board. The only thing we're now looking for is to get a checkmate and not accidentally stalemate. So let's get that queen in. Now we need to think about how we can get the checkmate. So first things first, let's hit with check with my knight protected by the king. And I think I'm bringing the queen down. There we go. Just getting every step of the way, making sure she at least has one escape square. The last thing I want to do is checkmate. Stalemate. So there we go. My knight is attacking, so bring the queen in. And here we go. So if I hit check there, check again, this next one is going to be mate. There we go. Okay, so we find checkmate against the witch. It wasn't particularly pretty, but I'm very happy with that. So thank you for listening, and good luck beating the bots yourself.